What do you want to do the rest of your life? What story do you want to tell yourself when you're 75? What story do you have now to tell the 7-year-old within you? And what story do you want to tell when you're 75? You are the creator of that. It's very important to be aware of that. We've talked the last several weeks about the power of thought and how to change your thinking and what to do to change your thinking. You know, I was watching the news this morning, and I'm not a fan of watching the news because it's so filled with negativity. It's so filled with horror. It's so filled with fear. I think a lot of things are exploited. A lot of stories are exaggerated. And it really instills a lot of negative vibe. And I find when I don't watch the news, I feel a lot better. I'm much more peaceful, much more quiet. So I watched the news this morning, and it was all about the pandemic and all the bad stuff that's going on and the horrors of the world and the murderers and the riots and all the negativity and the politics. And how can any of that make me feel better? How can any of that empower me as a spiritual man? It just can't. It's impossible. Sometimes I like to watch the news to catch up on what's going on in the world, but I limit it. I keep it very brief because it's very important for me to be very aware of what's going on in my thoughts. You, Deborah, you, Stephanie, Danielle, Kara, none of you are responsible for my thinking. None of you. The only person responsible for my thinking is who? Me. Who's responsible for your thinking? You. No one else. Your thinking is so powerful. You know, if you right now, and this may be silly, all of you, if you could participate in this, and again, it might feel silly, can you just smile? Can you just put a big smile on your face? I need to see you smile. You know, if you smile, it just makes you feel better. Even if it's fake, can you imagine? Even if it's fake. Just smiling makes you feel, even if you just laugh, how good does that make you feel? See, these are the things that we need to do. Turn the news off. Take out of your life all negativity to the best of your ability. Sometimes we're in situations where negativity is around us. To the best of your ability, and that's all you can do. You can't do any better than your what? Your best. There's no better to do. Remember, in your past, if you knew better, you would have done better. Today you know better, so you do better. And I make you a promise in the future. You'll know even better, and you'll continue to do better. One of the subjects that I think is really important when it comes to this is self-love. I have a question for you. If you were your best friend, and now remember something, you have to live with you the rest of your life. You are stuck with you the rest of your life. So you better learn to become your best friend. So if you're your best friend, and if you love yourself, how would you treat yourself? If you had a best friend that really loved you, how would you want them to treat you? If I'm my best friend, and if I love me, I need to treat myself that way. I need to treat myself how a best friend would. Are there areas of your life that you need to change? Are there things that you're doing that you need to stop? Are there things going on in your life that you need to eliminate? Are there people you're hanging out with that you know aren't good for you? Are there things in your life right now that you know, if you're your best friend, you would eliminate? That's what you need to start doing. Do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Be your best friend. Be the love of your life. That's what you need to be. We all can be. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in the negativity, what we're lacking, what we don't have, what I wish I had, where I wish I was. I wish I had more money. Sometimes we look at a cup and it's half filled with water and half empty. Did you ever look at a cup that's half empty and half full? How do you look at that cup? Do you look at that as half full or half empty? Well, let's look further. No matter how much is in here, maybe it's all I need. Doesn't have to be half full or half empty. Maybe it's all I need. Maybe everything in my life right now is all I need. Maybe all my needs are met. And that's how I have to look at things. It's not necessarily half full or half empty. It's all I need. I have to start changing the way I'm looking at things, because what happens to the things I'm looking at? They will change. We talked about that, right? Remember that? About 2-3 weeks ago? If we change the way we look at things, the things we look at will change. Remember, each and every one of you, as we're going to wrap this up here, every one of you has a child in you. Every single one of you has you at 7 years old, with dreams and wishes and hopes and wants. Every one of you. You are responsible today. Refocus, reevaluate yourself, no matter where you are, no matter what your limitations. Reevaluate yourself. Remember the child within that needs you now to keep him or her safe. And remember, as you grow older, and when you're an old man or an old woman, what story do you want to tell? Because I have news for you. Any story you want to tell when you're an old man or an old woman can come true, because today you have the power to create it. Create your story, write your script, and produce your movie.